Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the Anime Talk, the show where we sometimes discuss aliens? Question mark? Why are we talking about aliens? No, but seriously. So, I'm not gonna get into the super concept of aliens. I don't want to go into like, oh, aliens exist and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that with this video. That's a whole different thing. I'll save that for more, I guess, other videos that don't focus on anime discussions. But the one thing I want to talk about aliens in particular is one specific thing. Now, I'm going to name 3 shows, okay? And on screen, one of them is actually one of the shows. It's one of the main female protagonists for the show that I'm about to name. And I want you guys and girls to think for a second, what do all 3 of these shows have in common with the main female protagonist? Now, this show right here is from Police Teacher. That's Mizuho Kazami, who used to be, when I was younger, my waifu. I used to love this girl. She's from Police Teacher Mizuho Kazami. Then we have To Love Are You, and one that's a little bit more obscure, but it's still known. It's actually a sequel to this per se, but not really. Is Waiting in the Summer. Now, I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Think about it. What is that they have in particular common with their main female protagonists? Did you get the answer yet? The answer is that all the female protagonists in those 3 shows that are named, and there's plenty more shows I can name, trust me, that the main girl is actually an alien woman. Now, that sounds kind of cool, right? Like, oh, wow, some alien from another planet actually is this hot female chick, and she comes down, and she falls in love with our main protagonist, or whatever. But, what's always struck me odd about this kind of predicament, is that why does it always have to be that all aliens in shows, in terms of these type of alien shows, do they have to be so, I want to say, well endowed and beautiful? Like, you don't see very often a show that has a female lead protagonist that's an alien being hot or nasty looking. Like, they always presume that she's going to be does everyone in Japan or in general, anyone who makes anime think, wow, okay, so every alien in space that's somewhere from a distant planet or a different galaxy must be a hot female? Or is that just the kind of concept they want to wish to believe? For example, Assassination Classroom, which is actually something I'm watching again recently. I'm watching the whole thing again. Well, actually watching it for the first time technically when this comes up. I've seen some of the episodes before, I've read the manga for it, but I'm watching the whole show as of this coming up. What's funny about that show is that, the main character is not even an alien, but he looks like an alien. He's like this weird yellowish, tentacle creature. You have, there was another show I'm thinking of, Actually I Am, which that's a show that has another female protagonist that she's an alien technically too. But, it's very rare that you could ever see aliens being portrayed as weird or grotesque or anything like that. It's always in romance things that they're always hot female protagonists. They're always hot and have to be sexually endowed very well and stuff like that. And I'm like, why? Is it the concept or a possibility that if there are aliens that come down from another planet, that if they do come down here, they're not going to look hot like hot girls? They actually probably look like ugly, kind of misshapen creatures or humanoid creatures that aren't even human based or gelatinous type creatures or something like that. I don't know. I never understood that, and I was wondering. I want you guys to comment in the comment section below. I want to discuss this a little bit. Why do you think that is? That do you just think that maybe people fantasize about if an alien comes down from another planet, she's gonna be a hot chick that it has everything that a woman has in general. She might be having her little weird quirks because she's an alien, but she won't have anything that makes it so you can't be with her in both a romantic and sexual sense. It's is that how you all think that's gonna happen? I don't know. Me personally, even when I was younger, I didn't think aliens would be hot chicks. Don't get me wrong. I think all of us hope that, actually, well, at least the male sense. I think this is the male side. The female sense, probably the other way around. But I think in the male sense, we all hope that they're going to be nice-looking female girls that come down from the sky and be like, oh, we're aliens, but don't worry, we're actually females at the same time. Wait, what? That's what we hope for. But I've always wondered, why is it that in anime they do this all the time? It's so weird to me. There's not gonna be, this video is not gonna be that long because there's really not much to say about it. But I think also it's just the kind of concept that you want to have a female protagonist being hot and attractive. I don't think there's very many shows, and I know probably people can correct me with this, trust me, but I don't think there's many shows where you have the female protagonist being, you know, ugly or not well endowed and stuff like that. Typically, they're always very attractive, and I think that the concept that people want to make aliens like the same way is that you don't want to have a relationship with a kind of gelatinous creature, you know? I don't think there are many people that would be like, oh man, that gelatinous looking creature over there, oh dude, oh, she's awesome, she's amazing, she's the best looking thing in the world. No, I don't think that's what goes through people's minds. I mean, that wouldn't be going through my mind, and I don't know, that's just me. Maybe someone gets off on that and goes, oh wow, that really is hot, but I'm like, nah, I don't think for the majority that people think like that. But I've always wondered. It's always been a speculation. And you know what's funny? You know, usually with the anime talks, I have an answer for a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, I don't want to be like a know-it-all, but I do know a lot of stuff when it comes to anime because I waste a lot of time many years for, like, reading books on anime, how anime was made, you know, the concepts of why anime, it has certain concepts and stuff like that. So I do know a lot of stuff. I don't know everything about anime, trust me, but I do know a lot. And usually, you know, with the anime talk, I can go and I can tell you guys why this works or why this is like this or stuff like that. But this is one thing that I think's always baffled me, because if you look at it from a perspective that it's not, okay, it's not based off of maybe the sexual drive motion, the concept that, oh, you know, you can't have a male pairing up with like a gelatinous blob thing. You have to have it with a female, you know, at least in terms of romance, like a normal romance anime. If you look at it beyond that, there is no actual answer of why that all women and I think that are from other planets and stuff like that are very well endowed. Like, perfect example, and this is funny to me. Every anime that I mentioned, the two Love Ryu, the two this show, Please Teacher or Only Got Teacher, if you don't know the English name for it, and you know, stuff like that, they all have, you know, various female characters. Like, there's not one character that shows up. You know, Please Teacher actually has her mother that shows up. I said mother. Her mother that shows up. Her sister shows up. To Love You has like several different alien creatures come down, both there already and people that do come down and stuff like that. They're all women and they're all like very attractive looking or have some kind of personality glitch to a point because they're not used to humans and how they work and all that stuff. But it's usually, I think, like To Love You, probably one of the weirdest ones is the I want to say her name is Ran and Run, excuse me. That one is the one that sneezes and turns into a dude, and then when sneezes back, she turns into a chick again. That's probably the weirdest one. That, you know, that one's like, okay, well, at least that's one, I guess, semi-normal like alien type creature or whatever. But it's like, do you guys and girls, do you have an answer for this? Like, I'm very curious. Like, I want to know, why is this a concept? You know, is it just because it's a concept of sexual attraction? Like, you don't want the reader or the viewer of this, like, for example, if you're reading a manga, you don't want them to read a story with a thing that you don't understand. Is that why that, you know, you have aliens come down and like, oh, we're just hot women? That's the bottom line. Is that the reason, or is there maybe some kind of other reason? Is this, you know, a fan base concept? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I really don't know. So I'm very curious. This is more so an anime talk that I'm asking you guys for your feedback and your concepts of it. I'm curious. Give some ideas and stuff like that. No idea is wrong or right, I think, in this one. Anyways, guys and girls, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Yeah, you know, I think that's all I have to say with this. Have a great day, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe on the video, blah blah, you know, the whole nine, and I'll see you all later. Have a blessed day, people.